Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Kevin Lyons. He's the Monroe County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Joanna.
Well, Kevin, to say that 2020 has been different and difficult, I think might be an understatement. But, year to year, farmers sometimes they undergo stress because of the weather, the risks, the markets, all of these different things. And to add 2020's complication on top of all that, we could be having some areas where we're feeling stressed.
Absolutely. It's a big topic in agriculture for sure. A lot of farmers are feeling the added stress of COVID on top of their normal factors that they face each day and each year. Just like you said, whether it's the weather, the prices, the markets, the outside factors that they have absolutely no control over, always adds a level of stress. But there are ways to handle that, and we'll talk about a little bit of that today. But it is an extra layer of stress this year with everything that's going on with the pandemic.
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of hotlines out there, a lot of messaging, because notoriously farmers are known to kind of keep things to themselves and not reach out for a lot of help.
Yes, and that's a hard thing to overcome for a lot of farmers. Seems like maybe that sometimes ladies are a little more in the farming operation, are more open to that, and sometimes the men, they're a little more reluctant to talk about what's bothering them to other people. But to me, that's the key, and it's very simple stuff, but just to be able to talk to somebody will often help relieve a lot of that stress, whether it's your spouse, your family, somebody in your church, somebody in a farm organization, or a mental health professional. Just take that first step. If you feel the stress building up to a point where it's really bothering you, not only mentally, but it can also bother your health and physically cause you problems, just think about talking to somebody. But that is the key, you got to kind of let that pressure off. And somebody described it one time as a pressure cooker. When that pressure builds up, if there's not a release there where you can let some of that pressure off, it's just kind of going to blow up and explode. And so often we see that happen in families and in farm families today.
Absolutely. And a lot of times we think we're going to handle it ourselves, fix it ourselves. But as humans, we're built for community. We're built for relationships and, leaning on each other in times of need.
Absolutely. We often think that we can handle anything on our own and just kind of do it on our own. But it's that family support, it's that friend support, spiritual support, where you might get that from. All that can go together to help relieve some of that stress. And we just need to sometimes say, I can't do this on my own. I got to have just a little bit of help. You just got to sometimes kind of realize some things are out of our hands, and just to talk about it and to rely on somebody else to listen and to help and lend that support. It's crucial during these times to help our farm families and just people in general that are undergoing all these stressful times to have a way to release some of that pressure that they're feeling.
And Kevin, a lot of times if I ever get in that mindset where, maybe 6 or 7 things have gone wrong that day and I'm kind of in that stinking thinking mode, and then I talk to somebody else and they've had a way worse day than I've had, Kevin, sometimes it gives you some perspective too, to talk to somebody about it.
It does. Sometimes when I've had some things go wrong, and I just have to either think back to maybe a sermon I've listened to or a passage in a book that I've read or something like that. It makes me kind of realize that I've not got it that bad. I don't have to look very far to see somebody that has real problems. And maybe what I'm going through might seem like it's terrible and frustrating, but if I'll just take a breath and think for just a little while, count your blessings, that kind of thing, it helps put it all in perspective for sure.
Absolutely. So the main thing is, if you're feeling like you need to reach out and talk to somebody, do that. Don't let the pressure cooker explode, Kevin. I think that's a good analogy for that. And certainly appreciate you today coming and talking to us about this very sensitive, very timely topic. If you feel like you need someone to talk to, we'll list some graphics on the slide, some numbers on the slide that you can call and reach out to for help. So we appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show and hope you have a great day.